CRR News and Clues. I'm going to show you some signs up here, and I'm going to provide some factual statement I've been putting onto people's posts, as well as a link from CDL Life regarding the language proficiency testing now mandated here in these United States of America by our executive branch and being worked through FMCSA, our Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, as well as DOT of each state, their Department of Transportation, in order to have safer operation of commercial vehicles up and down our highways across the country, because it's not only legal immigrants driving all over the place who can't read the stinking signs. There's also lots of companies willing to do things or accept people with fraudulent licenses in order to operate commercial vehicles and haul loads for them all across our country. There are also a multitude of companies set up through fake addresses, through websites where you can rent an address that doesn't actually exist to set up a company or whatever like that, just like people all over the world can get phone numbers for within our country. But you notice the sign behind this one, CMV Inspection Station, 1 mile. Then of course we have North 281, pre-pass, all trucks right lane. Are you noticing all these signs are in English? Even though I'm down here in South Texas, obey warning signs, state law. Then we got all the cameras, the little communication devices to work with the onboard computers of some of the trucking companies. CMV Inspection Station. Then up here we have this LED sign past the construction sign, and it says bypass, commercial vehicle inspection station. And if I had to enter the darn thing, it would say report to. So when it says report to, I got to slow down, turn on my signal, and exit and go into that scale. Just like that first sign way back there said that the commercial vehicles have to stay in the right lane. That's so we can safely exit if that sign is telling us to exit. On the other side of the highway, they've still got the yellow flashing lights, but you might barely be able to see past the brush and the median over there. The one pointed southbound so they know if their light's working. There's two on the other side of the sign pointed towards the north for the southbound traffic, one of which was still working this morning when I had to go through there and exit and go across the scale. The other one's burned out, and at some point they'll get it fixed. The point is, all these darn posts on social media, oh, all these, this driver in front of me, or all these hundreds or all these thousands of drivers being put out of service because they can't read cat in the hat. That is first grade reading level, people. First grade reading level. If they can't read that, how did they pass the test, the written test, to get a commercial driver's license in this country? How did they pass the driving test by taking orders from an English-speaking test giver? So my personal opinion is it's highly likely the license they have is not even a legal license, that it's fraudulent, or that it was provided, for example, by one of the people, like the one woman in the city of San Antonio passing out Texas driver's license to people when they slipped her $200 cash, and she just happened to be bilingual, speaking English and Spanish. So all those people who spoke only Spanish were directed to go see her. in the DMV. Was she also giving out commercial driver's license without them people ever taking a test? There's some states much more strict on what written stuff for proficiency and what driving skills must be passed than the state of Texas. For example, Pennsylvania, if I understand correctly. So there's probably some youth here in Texas that I know that probably couldn't get a driver's license in Pennsylvania. Some of the same youth that I strongly recommended get a lot more driving with a proficient adult before they go out by themselves so that they can operate safely. The copied information that I'm also going to post in the description of this video includes explanation of why some people quite likely took a bunch of lives while driving a loaded tractor-trailer rig here in these United States of America, because they couldn't read the safety signs. So instead of whining about a bunch of illegitimate, illegal people, no matter what language they speak, being able to have a job, how about help them learn or help them get the hell out of our country so they'll stop hurting and killing people and causing unemployment of our legitimate legal drivers, because that's what they've been doing for years. Prime example, a county up near Odessa, Texas. A bunch of the companies years ago, a friend in a tiny little town in that little county up there was raising Cain throughout her deal because all them people trying to intentionally run her over, forcing her off the road, trying to drag the tractor trailer over the top of her Jeep, or trying to shove her up the road with their tractor trailer in her little four-door Jeep. Vast majority of which come from south of our border and have illegal license given to them and being hired by companies that know that they aren't legitimate, but they got a fake piece of plastic, so they're letting them drive for them. It's been going on for decades. It's gotten worse with 20 million documented illegal aliens and the other 10 to 20 million undocumented. Thank you and have a blessed day.